Good morning, Madam Chair. Good morning to everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair, for holding this hearing and examining the issue of daylight saving time and our spring forward coming on Sunday this upcoming weekend. And thank you to our witnesses for testifying and providing your expertise on this matter. I look forward to the hearing and again getting your perspectives on this particular issue. My constituents are. I did a survey recently, and they feel strongly about this issue. So I'm glad we're having the hearing. Of course, we have other issues we have to deal with as well. Since 1918, when daylight saving time was first enacted, it has received many praises and criticisms, as well as many attempted revisions from this body of Congress. I know that almost 40 years ago, this committee held a hearing on legislation to extend daylight saving time, a hearing which my father, Congressman Mike Bilirakis, participated in when he served on the subcommittee on energy conservation. So back then, the legislation would have extended this practice with the aim to decrease energy consumption during the spring and summer, a continuation of its original purpose to reduce usage of oil during the First World War. While I have heard the original desired outcome of this practice may have diminished over the course of the last 100 years, a topic I hope to discuss today, I know that Americans' opinions of daylight saving time have not. This is a topic that I continue to hear about back home from my constituents, so hopefully this hearing serves to educate the members here today so we can make informed decisions moving forward. And while there are certainly many topics that deserve our attention in this subcommittee, today's topic comes just a few days before we once again go through the ritual many of us don't understand or care for. This Sunday, as the chairman said, we will likely experience an almost seamless change as our phones now have the ability to reset the time on their own. I say almost seamlessly, because while this transition may be easy for our devices, it is not so much for our bodies. Humans are not as simple as winding a watch back or forward or resetting the time on our microwave. The toll the time change has on your bodies, on our bodies, and our mind can be severe, even when it may not be apparent and can cause health effects, as the chairwoman said, like increased depression and greater risk of heart attack and strokes. I'm glad to have the perspective of Dr. Mallow on this panel so we can further examine the impacts changing the clocks have on our bodies and our mental state, our mental health, especially during this pandemic. We also need to examine the effects daylight saving time has on the economy. In my home state of Florida, the Sunshine State, we take our daylight very seriously. In fact, Florida's legislature passed a state bill that would make daylight saving time permanent year-round. But the policy requires congressional approval to take effect. That's another reason why I'm glad that we're holding this bipartisan hearing to learn more about the impacts of daylight saving time and how Congress can consider time changes nationwide. We have to be very careful, deliberative on this issue. A lot of our industries, like travel and tourism, rely on daylight, of course, daylight, and of course in my state of Florida, later to provide Floridians and tourists with good services all around the country. Simply put, the longer the sun is out in the afternoon and evening, the more consumers will be outside participating in local economies. That's why I'm pleased we will hear from Lau Beckwith, the Senior Vice President at the National Association of Convenience Stores, so we can learn more about how the change in time impacts businesses in our great economy. So again, thank you, Madam Chair, for holding this hearing, and I look forward to engaging on this particular discussion and this particular subject. I yield back the balance of my time. Appreciate it.
Gentlemen.